We're out here hunting spooky spooks. That's the intro for season 2.
Welcome back. This is Cohoes part 2. We're getting into the second half of night 2 investigation, as well as our final part of the investigation, which was night 3. We had talked a little bit about the orb that pops up on the screen. That we had debated last episode if that was an orb or just a light in the background, and a matter of perspective that made it look weird. I still stand by my theory that it's just a light. I don't know if you guys are more or less clear after seeing it part 2, where there's a little bit more of the light in the episode. It shows up a few more times, and it's more clear that I'm moving.
After watching the rest of the evidence for part 2, I think I'm ready to concede that it was a light.
Nothing jumped out to me as this is something really weird. Just seemed like a light.
Hey, look, an acorn. Fucking idiot. We know it's an ugly night. Did you put that there?
No.
The fuck?
Have I been there the whole time?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Have you been filming near
I've
here?
been filming right here.
Alright, then we can check in a minute, but I didn't put that there.
It's standing up perfectly.
The acorn that we were so convinced was not there when we started the night, but there's...
You don't need to talk about the acorn.
Connor put that acorn there, he kicked it into place, and then just forgot that he did it.
I'm surprised it didn't really move. But...
Yeah, it definitely was at least a day before we came back. I don't know how many days were between night 2 and night 3. I don't remember. But
Me neither.
surprised it hadn't moved at all. Orbs were really hard to pick up on at night 2 because it was also raining. There's one orb in particular that Connor actually noticed while we were filming. Are you still convinced by that orb? I feel it's a bug.
I feel it could be 50-50. You good with that?
The best evidence I can give you for why it's not an orb is because the shadow of the bug is on my body.
Is it?
There's a shadow that follows the exact track.
Okay, then yeah, that would probably do it.
I'm starting to try to give myself some credit here. and I am no credible if I say that's an orb and somebody's like, that's definitely a bug. And I'm like, yeah, you're right.
If you want us to come back, say something now.
Well, it definitely wasn't something that you saw with your naked eye, but you still could kind of sense that something was there. So I think that whether it was, a feeling in the back of your head, or people always talk about like chills or goosebumps, something like that, something, it's not a coincidence that you looked that direction and we captured an orb going that direction at the same time.
Each night we were there, night 1 it is evidenced in the footage, and night 3 it's evidenced, but night 2 I didn't find the footage where we talk about it. It might have been off camera. But each night we were there, we heard that boom sound that we had said might have been a drum.
I remember hearing that on night 3.
Yeah. I remember night 1 Connor heard it. Night 2 I don't remember who heard it. But night 3 Timon and I did and Connor did not.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but it was in the same direction Connor said he heard it night 1. It's across the Mohawk River.
It's something that we heard once throughout the whole night.
I know that Erie Canal is nearby, and this is such a far-fetched idea, but I just want to bring it up as a small possibility. But you know how there's locks in the Erie Canal, they open, they close. They're giant metal things, they could make noise.
But once a night?
Well, because that would actually explain it, because ships travel through places at different times. So say a ship is traveling through the Erie Canal at a different time each night and goes through that lock. It's
it like may not have been like exclusively once a night, just once when we were there.
Yeah, and maybe only we heard it once is also a possibility.
We were there for a while, though.
Because, I don't know. I just feel like on night 2 specifically, it was louder because of the rain. If we were standing further away from the railing, we might not hear it. There's a lot of things to factor in there for this drum sound. I don't know. Like, there's just so many possibilities.
So night 3, we did a little bit of a experiment, I guess. First real experiment into Paranormal Guys history. I don't remember if I said they could only hear recording, but I thought maybe it might be a little easier for them to hear recording because it's something in the electromagnetic frequency. So who knows? I will be honest now, I had no fucking idea what I was really going for in that experiment. But we set up 2 voice recorders, one to play questions, the other to record both those questions and response afterwards.
I was like on edge the entire night. I remember feeling like weird chills. It wasn't that cold that night, but it felt really cold that night.
Like, the temperature definitely felt like it dropped.
Yeah.
Which I
That
think
was
contributed a lot to, like, the fog and to what may have been
Yeah.
snow. Yeah.
Mhm.
It definitely, like, because when we got there, it was really nice.
So I felt a finger on my neck earlier.
Looking back, honestly, I really don't remember how the touch felt or anything. To be honest, looking back, I'm convinced the scratches, I remember those. I remember being touched in Social Network. I don't remember being touched at Cohoes, so I think it might have just been my mind.
The battery started fucking up on the camera.
We never really pay attention to battery fluctuations because they're just kind of normal with our crappy camera. But whenever it gets a little too weird, that's when we know something is messing with our camera.
I hate your part of the spirit box. And I'm going to say it, and you're going to have your own opinion, but you were being such a little bitch to my jokes, and you were in a bad mood,
I'm gonna stop you right the fuck there.
and it shows, and I didn't want to include those parts because I didn't want people to know what you're really like behind the scenes. But
Mhm.
but all of the evidence that happened on the spirit box during your part was when you were getting mad at me.
Yeah, I can't really attribute that to anything. I don't remember being mad at you. I don't know why I would be.
I do.
I don't know why I would be any more mad than usual. Let's just go with that.
And like I see my breath a lot.
Wait,
Pretty damn cold.
I can't. Can I see?
Here, go ahead.
Alright, it gives away where Timon's from.
Did I actually?
Twice.
Oh no!
Actually, you did it twice on camera, and once I hear you go off camera. And actually, the one off camera is in the episode. You see me like when I go right before it, you go. But it was really funny because you're like, I don't see it.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
That's why.
And like, yeah, because that's not how you see your breath.
Yeah.
I hope that is a symbol of you saying you were here with us.
It's fairly audible.
It's pretty damn audible. Maybe they know that I'm not. I was visiting.
But yeah, it was not related at all to anything. But one that is right after that, Timon asked a few questions. And the very first question Timon asked is the only one where we got like a clearly intelligent answer. The no is shaky, but it's really audible when you say, how long have you been here? And it comes through and says 10 years.
That was definitely the clearest one. It could be just a coincidence.
We could tell the temperature was dropping. The fog happened 5 or 10 minutes before everything else. And then like we just all were getting cold. Our hands were freezing.
I was like dying.
You didn't even have a jacket.
No, because it was like warm
Because
that
it was
day.
nice. It was a nice day.
It was really nice that day.
And then, like, I could see my breath. It's really evident on the flashlight. And then we're noticing these water droplets are more like snow because they're falling slower. I don't have a good explanation for why it would be snowing at those falls. It was September. My freshman year up here, well, our freshman year up here, it snowed in late October. I think the first time, light snowfall. But this year we didn't get snow till November.
Yeah.
So I think that's even more peculiar. So we start up the car, we're walking away, we got some of our equipment, and Connor comes running up. He runs up behind us and he goes, "Let's go." And what's really funny is we didn't question him, we just ran with him.
Yeah.
As I was grabbing the rest of our stuff and walking out, an acorn hit the ground behind me pretty fast speed. Benny is adamant that it just fell. So my theory about what the acorn was for, I guess, either something wanted us to stay or it wanted us to leave. And by staying, I mean it was showing us like, hey, I can do more stuff. Come back and talk to me some more. And by getting us to leave, I mean, hey, don't let the acorn hit your ass on the way out.
Thanks, guys, for watching. Timon, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So thanks, guys, for watching. We'll catch you next week.
The town Cohoes comes from the name, or I guess the exclamation yelled as the Mohawk Native Americans went over the falls. They yelled, "Cohoes," or something to that effect. I was thinking about it. If I went over those falls, I would probably be yelling, "Cohoes shit," because these are fucking high. Some of you may be hearing that joke for the first time. It's a fucking good one. It's a fucking doozy. Don't say into the camera you've got a good personality, because that just means I'm fat. And can you say, "Baba Booey"?
Can you move that acorn?
Yeah, sure. If at this point you're honestly sick of us, which I get, I'm sick of us too, go ahead and let us know in the comments section below.
If any of you soldiers are still here,
Oh, dude, it was a ghost.